What a musical day. First the, am I using this mic? First the MTV VJs. Were you into MTV, Natalie?
I was.
Natalie Maines is here.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. And your guitarist, Jason Mozerski, is with you.
Yes.
Yes, easy name to say. You said you watch a lot of MTV? Because
well, not anymore.
Yeah,
but...
no, I'm saying, can you believe that, I was just thinking about this. Can you believe that, like, the video, the MTV video, the rock video, is, like, completely gone? I mean, they play them on the internet sometimes, like Rihanna will make a new one or something. But that whole art form is, like, disappeared. I
know. Do you think that's sad or you think that's good?
Well, I guess most artists would say, well, you know, I'd rather just have my song out there and I don't want a video interpretation. But I loved rock videos. I love that whole art form. I love seeing the artists perform.
Right.
The problem I had with MTV videos, where they became so slick, I like to see somebody really sing. I don't want to see them sing to track.
Right.
Or lip sync.
But that's what a music video is.
I know. So that kind of
you'd rather see live performances.
Live performances like you're going to do today.
Exactly.
Real singers.
No lip syncing here.
That's right. Right, Robin?
That's what we love
Hi, Robin. I feel like I haven't gotten to say hi to you in forever. You haven't been here the last couple of times I was on.
Meanwhile, Natalie
I love the new haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like your hair longer.
I know you do.
I do. Now, are you going to get it longer, or are you just going to keep growing it up? Are you gonna,
just up. It's going to be like Kid and Play.
Right.
Bring that back.
Will you ever let your hair just flow down again?
You know what? I don't think so, because I have to spend too much time thinking about my hair, and then you're going to have the gray is going to be more prominent if it's long, and I don't want to get it colored.
When you cut your hair, like you almost like shaved your head.
I did shave my head. Well, not skin, not the skin.
But when you did that, was your husband upset with you?
You asked me last time.
I want to know.
Well, you'd have to ask him. He didn't say he was upset, and he loves my hair now. He does like short hair. He's not against it.
Because guys are very visual, and you have very luxurious, beautiful hair.
Yes.
And when you cut off all your hair, for the guy who has to bang you, that's his job.
The poor guy who has to
bang you is kind of like, oh, come on, you know.
He seems okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the guy should be in on the decision.
Howard, this short hair just shows off my beautiful face.
Well, you do have a beautiful face. You really do.
Oh, thanks.
Did your sex life decrease when you cut off all your hair? Honestly.
No, he just couldn't grab me by the ponytail anymore.
And drag you around the house. No, seriously, did you see a reduction in sexual activity?
No, I did not.
Really?
Everyone does not have, you know what, black guys like short hair, and Adrian likes short hair.
He does. Where is Adrian now? Adrian was on the TV show Heroes.
Yes.
I followed him on that.
Yes.
And where is he now with his big penis?
Now he just did 3 episodes of a show called Burn Notice.
Burn Notice.
Yeah, and he's been on a show that's more for teenage girls called The Lying Game.
The Lying Game. Mm-hmm. Where do I see that?
That would be on, I think it's ABC Family.
Oh, so he's busy.
He is busy. I've asked him to stop being so busy so I can be busy for a minute.
Does he audition a lot for movies and things? Is he trying to break in as a movie star?
You know, that hasn't, I mean, he's not against it, and he has been in a lot of movies, but he has not broken through as a movie star. What I think he should do is comedy. Nobody sees him as comedic because he's a very serious guy, I'm sure.
He seems like a serious, he doesn't seem like a lot of fun that age.
He is fun.
Yeah.
And he's silly. He is.
Yeah. I've never hung out with the two of you as a couple.
I know. We're always tag teaming.
You were quite controversial on the last Celebrity Superfan Roundtable, and I want to ask you about this before we talk about your new music.
Okay.
You came out in a very big way at Celebrity Superfan Roundtable, and you came down on Gary. You said, and by the way, I'm not opposed to this. You said Gary is like one of your children. He doesn't listen, and he's childish, and you were really very, very critical of him.
Lately, I don't like when Gary comes in. I'm sorry, Gary.
Wow. Who doesn't really? Why?
Because Gary, sorry.
Don't be.
I like Gary, but
I think. Well, you finish.
You're in a mode where the minute it's like maybe it's because you remind me of my children. How they don't listen to me, and how Howard will say the littlest thing, and it's like you don't even take it in. You don't even hear what he says. Howard said it, and it's against you, and so you are fighting right back, like a kid almost. It's more how he is with you. Specifically, like a parent, you know, the minute you say something, he just has to come in, defend himself. He doesn't even hear what you're saying. He doesn't take a beat to think about if any of it might be true because you said it. It's just for shtick. You're just ragging on him. There's no truth to it. He thinks you really would like his TV show if you just watched the whole thing. So I sent out a plea for you to please watch the whole thing and tell Gary if you like it or not.
You know, you're very astute. You really are.
Thank you.
Because when I say things to him, I feel he doesn't listen. He just quickly.
Exactly. And now he's on this thing of not having to listen to me about saying this and just saying she doesn't like me.
Yeah, now it's not that you don't like Gary, right?
No, I like Gary fine. I'm pointing out one little thing that bugs me.
He's being
about
overly
him.
sensitive.
And he just, I think it's just his way of getting to ignore it. But I have this secret thought that he, when he's alone in his car driving home, it has sunk in a little.
Maybe a little. And Natalie, probably not. And Natalie, you also, you came down on Lisa G. You said she's not a team player. Now, Ronnie Munda's been saying this about her.
Yeah.
Well, what specific evidence did you give that Lisa G., the newswoman, is not a team player?
We don't have her in here as much anymore. But in the past, you know, she would come in and just not be willing to do something or just at least be a little more fun.
She wouldn't even play her violin in front of us.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Good or bad, it would be great.
Have some
fun. We want to hear it. Yeah, loosen up.
In fact, she could have played, I think one of the artists who came in and performed said, hey, I'll have Lisa G play with me. And she said no.
Right.
Right away. It was just like a knee-jerk thing. No, 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 no.
I know.
And also, there was one other point that you made. You were against Johnny Knoxville being part of the panel.
No, I wasn't. But after
Superfan.
the fact, no, I didn't have any. I didn't.
You feel he was not a true superfan.
But after the fact, there were a few suspect people in that group where I would say pieces of vinyl, and they would look at me like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And how do you not know pieces of vinyl if you're a superfan? This is called the Celebrity Superfan Roundtable. I sometimes feel like the only superfan.
So,
my co-host Jeff Probst gave me that look about
vinyl.
About pieces of vinyl.
Wow.
I know.
Oh, what the hell?
What's going on here? I created this show, and now it's out of control.
Right. Well, you know, sometimes it's hard to find someone as passionate about the show as you.
I realize that.
Because if we found someone just as passionate as you, you'd probably be the only person on Superfan Celebrity Roundtable. So that's a good thing. Now, Andy Richter seemed on my scale. Andy Richter knows Howard Stern show. Yes. He does. And Martha Quinn actually does, too. We should have her in there as well. Now, you wrote 3 new songs on this
did
album.
you notice Gary didn't come in and defend himself right away?
No.
He's doing a really good job.
Gary, why are you not defending yourself against Natalie?
Is she talking?
What? Why are you not defending yourself?
I thought you were here to sing.
Well, she's going to sing in a minute.
I've been told that.
Do you still feel Natalie does not like you? I think she says she does like you.
I think that Natalie's making the point that I don't always listen to everything you say, and I think I heard what she said, and in my car on the way home, I'll think about it.
All right.
But also your point, my other point to all of them, because they were talking about these outside projects, and you're always complaining about that. And you know, their defense is, well, Howard, we don't know if he's going to be here at the end of this contract, and he told us to start setting things up for ourselves. Right. But I think it's funny that they're all setting things up for themselves in front of the camera. I mean, shouldn't Gary be doing what he does best? He should be producing the greatest show ever, and then he'll produce the next greatest show.
Well, I've had a change of mind on that anyway. You know, I evolve as an entertainer, and I also evolve as a person who has to run a group of people. And I'm no longer interested in everybody sitting and setting themselves up. I thought about it. Letterman's not going to be there forever, but I don't see everybody setting themselves up. Concentrate on your fucking job.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Whip everyone into shape. I like what you're doing.
I like it.
All right. Let's talk for a second here. Let's try to dissect what's going on with Natalie Maines.
Okay.
Dixie Chicks dead.
No. We have 4 shows this summer.
Aren't you so happy that your 2 other Dixie Chicks, so-called Dixie Chicks, put out an album on their own, and it only sold 200,000 copies. Aren't you secretly happy about that?
I think that's a lot these days, isn't it?
No, it's not that great.
Come on, these days?
Without you, are they the Dixie Chumps or the Dixie Chicks? So what is it? Where are we at with them? You have become very disillusioned with your country fans. And
no, not my country fans. The country radio industry.
Right. You got really pissed off after, of course, the famous George Bush, where you were right, everybody else was wrong.
Right.
Quit rubbing it in our face.
Right.
But you were right about the Iraq War. You were right about our president lying to us. And
yes.
And all you said on stage was, hey, I'm embarrassed that our president has done this. And
I said, I'm ashamed he's from Texas.
Right.
He's not even from Texas. I'm the dummy there.
and the thing is, right, and the thing is that, well, he was the governor of Texas.
Yes, he lived in Texas.
Right. So when radio turned on you and everything, you still haven't recovered from that. Honestly,
well, I don't know if I haven't recovered. I'm just not going back to it.
Right.
I'm not, Rihanna going back to Chris Brown. I'm not. Why would I set myself up to let them, stomp on me?
I guess because you're so good at country music, why should the fans suffer? I mean, you're punishing the program directors who did that to you, but why not the fans love country music?
I'm not trying to punish anyone. I'm just trying to be happy.
Right.
And music, for me, is, the one thing in my life that comes with no complications. It's just supposed to be fun.
Joyous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
in
music.
Fact, and maybe getting into country music was a bit of a mistake anyway for you.
I mean, I don't know if, well, it wasn't a mistake at all. I think I had a fantastic career, but it wasn't where I came from. It wasn't my passion. It wasn't my roots. So it was probably a little easier for me to give the middle finger and say, oh, okay, well, I'm done with this now.
Let me understand that.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you're this great singer. You meet these other two women who are more into country music.
Yeah.
And they kind of persuade you to go into country music?
No. I knew Marty and Emily before I joined the band, and they had me sing a demo of a song they had written called You Were Mine, which was on our first album.
Right.
So I had seen them a couple of times, and they were definitely not for me. They were wearing, head to toe spangled Western fringe suits, and but they were amazing talents and were, more proficient on their instruments than any girls I'd ever seen play. And then when they sent me You Were Mine, I was a little nervous about, oh my God, what is this about to be? Because I'm not good at singing things I don't want to sing. I was nervous I was going to have to tell them no thank you. But I loved the song You Were Mine. And so I thought, if they wrote this and this is their direction. And I didn't know that was sort of an audition to be in the band. I didn't know that at all. But when they called me to join the band, I really felt like this would be a good combination. I think I was right. But
you're right.
I think what was cool about us was that we did come from two different worlds, and those kind of melded. They came from the bluegrass country world, and I came from a more rock.
You kind of hipped them up in a way.
Thanks.
No, seriously, it wasn't so seriously country, you know what I mean?
And I think that's why we went beyond the sort of built-in country audience. I mean, we went way outside the country audience.
You say that you're glad now you're a solo artist because you're not stuck between, you're not the, what did you call yourself, a little chubby chick or
the
something?
Chubby chick between two tall pillars.
Right. Did you feel fat or something next to them because they're tall?
Please, always.
You always felt fat next to them.
Sure, but I was just joking.
Well,
they're like, they're super tall, super skinny, those bitches.
Right. Who wants to do that? Is that why you would sit down a lot of times when you played with them?
Yeah, to look even shorter.
So the new record you've just put out is more representative of who you are as an artist.
Definitely. I didn't have to think about this sound or try to be rock. I just did songs that I like.
How's this come about? You go in a studio and you say, you went with Ben Harper. That's the guy who produced the record.
Co-produced, yes.
Co-produced. How come Ben didn't come in today? He was supposed to.
He...
Get scared?
He's scared.
He got nervous.
Yeah, I bullied him and pressured him, and it didn't work.
Why are people scared of me? What do I do?
Well, you know what? Them? He doesn't trust himself.
Why? He feels he would say things that were...
Yes.
Because of his divorce?
Yeah, and maybe just a lot. You know, he's a very sexual person.
Oh.
So I think he has lots of stories.
And also, he can't stand Gary either. Is that correct?
Jesus.
He said he just can't look at those lips and teeth for the whole hour.
Especially when they get dry. So, in other words, this guy, Ben Harper, he was married to Laura Dern, right? Bruce Dern's daughter. She's famous. He probably figured he'd come in here and I'd ask him about that.
I think he was nervous.
I see. Yeah, well, look, he probably should be. I would have asked him about it. He's been married twice.
He has.
And he's got kids from 2 different women.
4 kids.
What's the game plan
beautiful.
here? What is the game plan with this guy?
I don't know.
Did you ever say to him, what is the game plan?
Well, I tell him the game plan.
What is the game plan?
Prenup next time.
Right.
I think a woman past the age of wanting children would be fantastic.
Yes.
Or a younger woman that doesn't want children.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna have to run him by me. I act like his older sister now.
Are you saying that Ben Harper has more money than Laura Dern?
I have no idea. Well, I mean, does the person with more money have to pay the...
Yes.
Then I guess so.
Oh, he's bitching about the amount of money he has to pay.
No, he's not bitching about that.
I would think Laura Dern.
He's not bitching about it. I'm bitching about it. He would get into another marriage without signing a prenup, which is insane.
Were you attracted to him during the making of the record?
No.
He's an attractive man, isn't he?
He is very handsome.
Right.
He is.
You never cheat on your husband?
Never.
You've never been swayed?
Never. You know, it just shuts down. I'm not even looking for that.
The vagina shuts down to other men. The vagina's only open to one man.
Exactly. He holds the key.
So you went in the studio and you did a bunch of cover versions of songs that you love and also 3 originals.
Yes.
One of the songs is written by you.
Well, no, 3 songs are co-written by me.
Did you get my email the other day that I sent you?
I did.
I was sitting and listening to a radio station out on Long Island, WEHM, and all of a sudden I turned on the radio just at that exact second they were playing one of your new songs. Is that the new song you wrote?
No, that's an Eddie Vedder song.
It was an Eddie Vedder song? Because I didn't recognize it.
Well, it was on his ukulele album, which I'm sure you haven't listened to.
I see. And so you're getting some airplay now with the new record.
A little, but you know, people I feel at the label everywhere a little confused about what this sound is.
And what would you call this genre of music? Rock.
I think it's rock.
It's rock. Mm-hmm. I'm not confused.
Maybe
Why is
a little adult contemporary? Well, because it's adult contemporary too. I don't think it's alternative enough to be AAA. It's not alternative.
All right.
It is a little more straightforward.
All right. This is Natalie, like you've never heard her before.
Right. Let's try to determine what this sound is.
Please.
Let's call it anti-Gary rock.
Okay.
It's a whole new movement. All right. So here is Natalie Maines, who is a super fan of our show.
Yes.
Formerly of the Dixie Chicks. Although you guys still go out on tour every once in a blue moon.
Yes, not formally of the Dixie Chicks. Of the Dixie Chicks.
Is it financial with you? Is that why? Because it's so much money they drag you back in every once in a while.
I enjoy playing, but it is difficult for me to shift gears. I'm trying to focus on this and to take calls and emails constantly about these other shows. You know, it is taking my
In order for your new
away.
record to really take off, you've got to hit the clubs. You've got to... No, listen to me. Don't laugh. You want my
What am I
record?
supposed to do with the clubs?
I'm going to tell you.
Dance? Oh, I always wanted to dance with you,
Not those
Howard.
kind of clubs. I'm saying you've got to go out on tour.
Yeah.
Even if it means, you know, smaller clubs and smaller venues.
I think that's fun.
And
I'll do that.
You have to do it.
Well, listen, I haven't booked the gigs. I don't know what to tell you. I
You've
said
got
I'm
to get out
working
there.
this summer.
How are you going to go out there and promote this thing now when you have young kids at home? It's going to be difficult.
Yes, well, that's why I wanted to do a lot of it in the summertime.
I see. All right. And Natalie Maines, our dear friend, who is looking very sexy today.
Thanks.
Are you working out because your arms are very toned?
They are? I hate my arms.
Does she
Thanks
have
for
Michelle
saying that.
Obama arms?
Yeah. Every woman wants that now, Robin.
I wish.
And your legs look very sexy. You shave them. And are you wearing underwear with an outfit like that?
Today I actually am wearing underwear.
Good for you.
But you know, when I was on 6 years ago, I said I wasn't going to wear underwear until the troops were brought home.
Yeah, that's right.
I did stand behind that, but they're not all home. But I do have underwear on.
Well, you look fabulous.
Well, thanks.
The new solo album Mother is in stores today. Now, for more information, go to nataliemainesmusic.com.
Oh, Howard, can I take up a little issue with you?
Sure.
The Black Keys are fantastic.
I'm not saying no.
You have to have them on. It's a huge mistake.
Yeah,
it's
Black
a huge mistake.
Well, maybe we'll listen to you. We're not
Please,
I'm not listening to that. I'm not listening to that little twerp in the office.
He says a lot of crazy shit, I'll agree. The Black Keys.
What is it?
And they're huge fans of yours.
Everybody go to the store, get the new soul album Mother in stores today. For more information, go to NatalieMainsMusic.com. Natalie, thank you. Jason, thank you.
Thank you.
And bring the troops home, Obama, so Natalie can live her dream and go pantyless.
No.
Or something like that.
Panties.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
Natalie.
Yes.
In a perfect world, if you were Baba Booey's boss,
yes,
and you could sort of structure his day for him, take us through what that would entail.
I don't know what Baba Booey has to do all day, but it would entail getting guests, just fantastic guests. Also, this is how many times I've been on the show now, and I still have yet to ever get a water without having to ask for it. And I'm listening to people all the time on this show, parched, they're dying for something to drink. I'm at my house going, give this person some water.
You hear the lip smacking and all that.
Yes.
So you want him to be more perceptive, better memory.
That's right.
Now, what about his other endeavors? Where does he fall short in your opinion? When he's on camera, when he's a tech expert, when he's a vinyl expert, where are his shortcomings mostly?
All of those things, probably. I agree with Howard. He should be a producer. He should be a great producer. And I think a great produced show with this, what's the show called that he and John Hine do?
For What It's Worth.
If I were the producer of What It's Worth, I would hire professional in front of the camera people to host it. I know, isn't that horrible? But really, it's a producer's decision, and I don't know that putting himself in front of the camera was the best decision. Not that he's not attractive in front of the camera. He is, but there's people, trained to do that. I wouldn't be a good TV show
Right,
host.
It's not for everyone.
Right.
So the VJs are here.
They're promoting the book.
Yeah, I read the book.
And they all wrote it?
Yeah, it's like an oral history. They were interviewed, clearly interviewed. They were, Howard. The overall wrap is they got the gig. Nobody knew what it was going to be. They got famous. MTV treated them like shit, through the whole time.
All right. The original MTV, to be one of the original MTV VJs. And do you guys watch MTV now? Is it depressing to you because it is no longer a music channel?
The answer is no. I don't watch it much.
You don't watch it?
I tune in every so often just to keep up with the vocabulary of the kids.
That's Alan Hunter, by the way. I'll identify everyone's voice. Nina, you said you get depressed when you tune it in?
I think the whole idea of what happened to MTV is depressing or just disappointing because I really was hoping that it would stay with the music thread. Have credible shows, either interview programs, concerts, whatever, but
and by
not
the way,
into that.
And you guys would be like the godfathers of MTV had they stayed with videos. You would be the like Superman's parents on Krypton. You would be the originals. You know what I mean?
Would be like Jor-El and all right.
And by the way, Martha Quinn, I must thank you. On Twitter, you at least tweet 5 beautiful things about me every single day. So I want to thank you for doing that. Yeah, she does. She's like, yeah, she actually keeps me alive on Twitter. Yeah.
But you bring up a good point about us being the godparents. I kind of feel with Snooki, in a way, like when she had her baby.
Yeah.
You're going to tell us that you and Mark Goodman are the parents of Snooki?
Baby.
This is what you spawned, Martha?
Really?
Hi, Robin. How are you?
Did you guys, when you guys were on MTV, I mean, to me, you were in some sense bigger than even the videos. The original VJs, everyone knew your name. Do you think that MTV kept you down in a way because they didn't want you to get bigger than the video artists and the rock stars?
That was, with all due respect to Pittman, who founded the channel, that was his plan.
Right.
Was to, you know, he was friends with Lorne Michaels, who was favored nations for all the Saturday Night Live cast, but we had no Lorne Michaels.
Right. Nor did we have favored nations.
Nor did we have favored nations, as we say in the book. The disparity in pay was huge in the beginning.
When you talk about pay, what I think people would be shocked because I think when you see someone on TV, you expect that they're multimillionaires. Was the pay just
shit?
It was shit.
Total shit.
What was it? Do you remember?
Yes.
We remember.
I know when Mark got paid.
She got sent my contract. Nina got sent my contract.
Did you all get the same contract?
No.
You did not.
Look, I came on board, and what was my mentality? I was a bartender and doing off Broadway.
Right.
So I get the job. Pittman was sort of a family friend. That's how I bumped into him.
Pittman was the originator of MTV, one of the original.
So what did I do but ask Bob Pittman for advice on a lawyer?
Right.
Can I use your guy?
He must have loved you.
Checky went, yeah.
Right. Was it
27,000? Is that good for you, Alan? And I was like, my criteria was.
What did you make a year?
I made $27,000.
$27,000.
And that was more than what I made.
What did you make, Martha?
$26,000.
Mark, you were a DJ at PLJ,
I was at PLJ,
right?
yeah.
So you were making decent money, I would
I started at MTV, I think I started around 80. I was making about 50, 55 at PLJ.
Wow. Isn't that crazy? I just figured you guys were making a ton. Nina, what were you doing?
Well, this is the first time.
None of us know.
This is the first time I will say it because it's you.
Right.
But 60.
60.
Which actually, to me, I have a little bit. Hey. I was a harpist beforehand.
You were blonde.
I was blonde.
Nina, you were a harp player, like a professional harpist.
Yeah.
And so they probably figured, well, we'll pay her 60 in order to get her.
That's right.
Yeah, and a lot was made of Nina because you had done Playboy, but you really didn't do Playboy.
Oh, I did, and it's the biggest regret, seriously.
So help me.
Would you please?
The rest of us really liked it, though.
You did. Did any of you end up hooking up with the other, like Martha? Did you have sex with Alan or
Alan and Mark?
Just that one
Nina.
night, Martha. That one. It was Live Aid.
Did you guys have a romantic interest with one another?
Not at all.
You did not.
There was a flame. There was a flame.
Was there?
Look, I was happily married. So was Mark. But they wanted Martha and I think, to be the little the
Alan,
couple.
you say that Martha, the executives wanted you and Martha to be a couple.
Yeah.
Was there an attraction there?
Do you know that? I never heard that.
Well, in the beginning, look, I had my ring on, and I remember I took it off early on because I thought this was an acting role. I was an actor, and
right,
I thought,
you're supposed to be
playing VJ.
Right.
So I had it off until my wife started seeing on air that I had my ring off. So she didn't really love that. But I said, I'm acting like a VJ.
Right.
But Martha and I hung around a lot. We all hung around the office a lot.
So you were attracted to Martha?
I think we had a little flirty on-camera thing going.
Right.
And the executives liked that. And
right.
They said, keep the ring off. It's good. And my wife came in one time. This is in the book. When do we start saying you got to read it? The book.
I'm going to promote the book. Yes, the book is.
We have to say all of the stories here today.
I will be good at it. VJ, The Unplugged Adventures of MTV's First Wave, is in stores today.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But Alan, we were hanging and watching some videos, doing some research at the office.
Right.
And my wife busted in. This is a story in the book.
Right.
And she said, "What the hell?"
When you were with Martha.
She kind of felt something was going on because we were being flirty on the air with each other. And then Martha, I think, found that the sisterhood of women, don't touch my man, was pretty strong at the time. And you were taught a lesson.
But Martha, is he imagining this? Were you interested in him sexually or not?
Alan is so imagining this. There's no
Martha, this is the first show. So she's throwing me under the bus.
So Martha, this was a delusion of Alan's that there was chemistry between the two of you.
You know, I have to say, I was obviously very young, and I met Al, and I thought he was really cool, and I thought, we got along great.
Cool. Right.
And it seemed to me like I didn't quite understand, what that really meant to be married.
Martha, how old were you when you were signed to be a VJ?
10.
How old were you, seriously?
I was 22.
And the story on you goes, and I love this story because I know Meg Griffin. I think Alan tells this story, or Mark did, that Meg Griffin, who was a big-time disc jockey in New York City, was supposed
and still works here at Sirius.
She does. She was supposed to be she was supposed to, she had Martha's job in the bag. She turned it down. Which, this is what drives me crazy about Meg, because she'll turn down anything for any reason. She didn't want to dance in one of the promos or something. Is that right?
There was an interview going on the day that we took the cab ride uptown from the studio, and she told me she was going to quit.
Right.
There was this band called the Equators.
Right.
And this is before we went on the air.
Right.
And she did the interview. She was a great interview, and it was a sort of a ska reggae-ish kind of a band.
Right.
And at the end, everybody was supposed to stand up and dance to their music.
Right.
They did that one time. Oh, we had kids who were like 16 working the cameras and in the control room.
Right.
So they had to do like 3 and 4 and 5 takes. She felt really, really uncomfortable.
She didn't want to dance.
She did not. And so we left, and we took a cab uptown, and she said, I'm going to quit. Scott Muni, who was the program director at the station she worked at, was going to promote her to full-time. She had been in line waiting for that. However, there was something else that happened that she told me about much, much, much later with Bob Pittman, that she heard while she was waiting to sign her contract at the MTV offices. She heard Pittman in the next room, this is what Meg has told me, on the phone, talking about the channel. They were still, getting it ready, and yep, we got our black guy, we got our Jew, we got our jock, we got our sexy...
Well, but wait a second. Let's think about that. Kind of makes sense. You want to have a cross-section of the country.
I wanted to be the jock.
Right. Yeah. You were the Jew.
I was the Jew.
I didn't have the hair.
Take what you get. Did you guys think when you got the job that MTV would be anything, or did you kind of think it's just a stupid gig?
I kept my bartending job for the next couple of months. I was working the Magic Pan at a cabaret, making daiquiris.
While you're on MTV.
By day, MTV. We're doing this cable channel thing. We don't see it in Manhattan.
Did people start to come into the bar and recognize you?
So about a month and a half into it, it's 11 o'clock at night, cabaret show going, musical theater.
Right.
Jazz hands.
And people are like, what do you do during the day? I don't know. It's a cable show. I don't see it. I don't know where it goes. I don't know if it's a hit.
It wasn't on. A lot of people don't understand.
It
wasn't on.
We'd walk around the streets. We'd go down to Hell's Kitchen, 33rd and 10th, and do the show. And at night, I'd bartend. So I'm mixing a daiquiri.
Yeah.
And some guy really drunk on daiquiris, shows the kind of people at that place.
Douchebag.
Was looking at me. He's looking at me kind of sideways.
Yes.
And I couldn't figure out why he's a douche.
Right.
And I won't name his name.
Right.
Fred.
Fred.
But he's looking at me sideways, and I didn't catch on. And he goes, you look familiar. And I kept making the daiquiri. It didn't dawn on me that he saw me.
Wow. And you were a star to him. That's
Definitely
right.
from Jersey. And then he said, Mark something. Goodman? He goes, yeah. No, it's Alan Hunter. No, that's not it.
But that is amazing. And you know what I didn't realize about you guys, which was probably the worst part of the job, you became famous, but you had no money.
Yeah.
So, that's weird.
The drugs were tough to get.
Well, Martha, you say in the book, the day they fired you, you didn't have any money, and you had to go down to unemployment and stand on the unemployment line, and you're famous. I mean, everybody knew you.
Not exactly the day that I was fired, because they kept me on for 6 months, and when my contract was up, at the end of the extension that they were just paying me to be nice,
right,
I had to call my husband's dentist and say, hi, I have to get all 4 wisdom teeth out by next week because I will no longer have health insurance. And they did. They took them all out. And then I had to go on unemployment because I had no, I thought when I came to LA that I was probably going to take Mary Hart's job.
Right.
It was just, they were probably just going to offer it to me because that's kind of how my life had worked up until that point, and they'd probably just be so psyched that I'd take it.
Is it ultimately a bad thing to have been a VJ? Did it stereotype you in a way from further work?
I think it was a double-edged sword because, there were things that I would have been able to do prior to MTV, like the acting thing. I was trying to go into a serious acting situation. And all of a sudden, you know, they're not taking me for anything but a reporter.
Right.
You know, so it was like, okay, well, I'll just stick to doing, which I love what I do, but so in my case, it was a double-edged sword.
And Nina, with you, every guy wanted to fuck you really, really badly. I mean, it was crazy, right?
Let's not leave out Martha, by the way.
Oh, well, I'll get to Martha in a minute. But as long as I'm talking to Nina, every guy wanted to fuck you. You were the sex bomb. You know what MTV was like to me?
And we are now on the Howard Stern Show.
No. But Martha, it was like Gilligan's Island. You know, either you wanted to fuck Ginger or you wanted to fuck Marianne.
Absolutely, that's the perfect analogy.
Yeah. And I mean, I wanted to fuck Martha. I want to fuck you. I want to fuck Alan. I'll fuck anything.
Please, don't leave us out of this.
But you ended up partying with a lot of rock stars as a result, yes?
I wouldn't say with a lot, but there were a couple. Like Joe Walsh was an old friend of mine.
You had sex with him?
No, actually, oh dear Joe, I don't want to. I mean, Joe and I got along,
right?
But believe it or not, despite what Alan even thinks,
right?
I'm really a prudish person. I really am.
And guys probably thought you were loose because you were on MTV and the Playboy Playmate thing got out.
Which I'm the only one who saw, by the way.
Right.
No, Mark did, because I know he made a comment about...
Playboy kind of screwed you up with that because it was a test shoot, wasn't it? And then when you became famous on MTV, they released it.
They re-released it again. No, it was an actual shoot.
Oh, it was?
It really was. And that my manager and agent, you know, that whole thing, and I was naive, but then they re-released it, you know, and...
You know what I wanted to ask you? One of the most interesting moments in my career was I did several interviews with the late Frank Zappa, and I was in love with this guy, because not for the music, but because he was so interesting. And you write in the book, Nina, that he was absolutely horrible to you.
You are the perfect interviewer for Zappa, and
he was a mind. He was out of his mind.
He's brilliant. All those things.
What did he do to you?
It was a bad casting, is how I look at it. I was very naive. I wasn't experienced. I was shy, and he went at me right away. He saw the vulnerability.
He was mean to you?
Yeah, like just even on the rehearsal, the sound check, I had a poncho on, and he gets on his knees talking to me like he's pretending he's you know, a small person,
right,
a little person, and then just everything
that's funny.
It is, but
you got intimidated.
That freaked her out.
To me, it wasn't, and I didn't know how to handle it.
You were so shaken by that Mark says in the book that you never recovered from it.
I know Mark said that, and I never thought that.
What did you mean by that, Mark?
I felt...
Well, wound up... Go ahead, Neil.
No, I'll just finish and then let Mark...
What wound up happening after that moment...
Yeah.
Now that I won't let Nina finish.
Yeah, but go ahead. But no, seriously. Why did you think she didn't recover from it?
Because what happened... Two things happened. One was the management stuck her on overnight, 4 to 8 a.m.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't know that was the reason. I thought they wanted me to be the video vamp.
I see. So that was your impression. I see.
Because we all had earlier shifts, longer shifts, and this happened immediately following that. And you know, the things that I was hearing were like, Nina, who did really come in as kind of the superstar,
right?
And not to say that she didn't regain something, but I felt, and this may be who Nina really is. We know 30-something years later, right. She was shaken by that. Yeah. And she should have been. That night was fucked. We were listening to that, and it was like, oh my God, we were I was cringing listening to it.
Well, yeah, with Frank Zappa, he, you know, maybe it was a thing too. He could have even been attracted to you and was trying to intimidate you in a way.
And I blame myself for not being able to
handle it.
But the same thing happened to me. The same thing happened to me.
What happened to you?
He came on and I interviewed him.
Yeah.
He came on with Moon Unit after Valley Girl.
And how'd that go?
Terrible.
Right.
I came back from Mardi Gras. I took the red eye. I was totally pumped because I was a huge Frank Zappa fan.
Right.
But I come on, I know he's cantankerous. My feeling is that he's just cantankerous and he doesn't give a shit. On any given day, he doesn't care if he hurts your feelings or not. I think he probably was hot for Nina. Anyway, he comes on, he's showing off for his daughter, so every question was answered with, No. Why do you ask that, Alan? That's a pretty stupid question. Moon Unit's going, Dad, stop being mean to Alan.
See, that's fascinating
yeah,
to me.
But 2 weeks later, they come back, Dweezil and Moon Unit, to do their guest VJ spot. He's ambling down the hallway like, Daddy, okay, honey, go do a good job.
Wow.
And he bumps into me and goes, hey, I'm sorry. I just wasn't feeling good that day.
Right.
He said he was sorry. Give me a hug. He was Frank Zappa. It just didn't matter to him who he stepped over.
I love reading the sexual stories. Getting back to Nina for 1 second. And Martha has plenty. One more I got to bring up.
Plenty.
All right,
yeah,
Martha.
Yeah, Martha's
We're
really
find out about
wild.
you,
That's
Martha.
the next 15 minutes.
What I love in the book is John Cougar Mellencamp invites you to a party at his house with his manager. You show up with a friend, and it's just John Cougar Mellencamp and his manager. There's no friends.
No party.
That's such a guy. No party. You're like, where's the party, guys? And you're like, well, here we are.
And again,
Why didn't you bang John Cougar that night?
She was trying to get over Frank Zappa.
Oh, yeah, Frank Zappa shook up. Was there? I mean, John Cougar. No one was bigger than him at that point.
I'm telling you, I am very. I'm not that kind of. I'm really not that kind of girl. I get nervous. I'm starting to stutter even now. I get nervous, and that's not my.
But women
it's not
want
my thing.
A rich rock star. You would think that
he
would
wasn't
be...
rich then.
Oh, he wasn't.
How did you know?
But I still wouldn't because he had just started.
She made him fill out a little form.
But
who did get you? John Waite, right?
Actually, believe it or not, no.
I Am Missing You was written about you.
I know it was, but, and you can ask John. You can ask John. Nobody believes this, and it's the honest to God swear on my life.
Do you guys think John Waite wrote I Am Missing You for Nina?
I do, but I know a Chad Sanford who was also involved in that song, and he
says that it was written about Nina.
And
he says he had others. There was others.
An amalgam.
There's a few people involved in the song.
So in other words, you have disagreements in this book, this new book that came out. Nina thinks it was written about her, and Mark goes, no, it wasn't.
No,
she was part. John has said to me that Nina was part of the inspiration for the song.
John told me when he wrote it that he was thinking of his wife. He was married at the time, and me.
Oh,
right. But then
interesting guy.
Who was he missing?
But years.
Who was he missing? He looks like he's missing no one.
Who was he missing?
I am missing no one.
Sure. But then Mark said he or my friend Ida, whatever. But I do know now, but I didn't know at the time because he didn't say it was about other girls. But so I can't claim that as.
You know what's crazy about impressions about VJs and stuff? Like, as someone who watched that, I was like, oh my God, it must be such a wonderful gig that I didn't realize how much you guys loved that gig. When Nina says that she, after they fired her from MTV, I just figured you were having the time of your life. You're this beautiful girl. It must be so great. You're in Hollywood. You're the big famous VJ. And you say, as soon as they fired you, went into depression. You were actually contemplating suicide.
No.
Yes.
No, I didn't say that in the book.
That's an amalgamation of you and I.
Oh, yeah.
You wanted to commit suicide, too?
No.
Who here killed himself?
No, let me say
Did you try to kill yourself after?
No.
And you were in your car and your dog saved your life?
That's Nina. But that was way after. That was in the 90s.
Oh.
I actually, and you
should have killed Frank Zappa. Why were you killing yourself?
You were wonderful because I actually had jobs that they had offered to me at MTV that I had turned down, and I had taken, and you knew of this. You called me at home because they wouldn't let me talk to the press. They wanted it.
Wow.
Yes.
No.
Yes, you did.
I'm trying to get in your pants.
Absolutely, you did, because they wouldn't let me talk to anybody.
Wow.
Because they wanted it to look like they did fire me, when in fact I was going to 3 jobs. But then in the 90s, when it all got played out and my husband left me, I can't get any work.
That's when you got suicide.
That's when I got suicide. And the dog.
The dog was in the car. You would have killed yourself, but you didn't want to kill the dog.
Right.
Bingo.
And now
how much do drugs play into all this craziness? Who was on drugs back then? Mark, you were. Alan, you were.
That's why we had a happy life
Did you?
I've got none of this drama in my life.
Yeah, but when you're making $50,000 or $40,000, there's no money for coke.
Be very creative about that.
Are the record companies giving you coke? Is that what's
every
going
manager of every club that we went on an appearance was stoking us up.
Is that how you made extra money? You could go to clubs and sort of appear places?
No. It's not like radio where you can make club nights.
No. So you guys would do drugs because people would give them to you.
That's how you got paid.
Sure.
Well, we had mortgages.
I love hearing Robin. It's so awesome.
Martha, were you into drugs?
No, not really. I was the person, I was thinking about this morning, and you will so relate to this. Remember that weird little pharmacy across the street from the original studio in the ground floor of the building? Well, it was right after the Tylenol scandal, and I bought some vitamin C, and I was like, you know what? I don't think this is properly sealed.
Oh, my
and I
word.
brought it back.
This is the story. Watch out.
And he goes, I'm not taking this back. And I said, I understand, but do you want me to take one of these and die? And he was like, oh, fine. And he took it back. So I was so like jittery about that whole thing. That wasn't really my scene.
So it wasn't your scene. Now, one of the things I got out of the book, and I remember this very well. I was a student of MTV. That you guys really were disrespected in the sense that, and this is part of them trying to keep you down. It was the first MTV Awards. And I would have assumed I was going to see the VJs as the hosts of the MTV Awards.
God bless you.
Yeah.
And I really did, and I thought that'll be interesting to see them all together, to see them in a different setting. It'll be interesting. And every one of you were left out of that.
Yeah.
They hired Dan Aykroyd to be the host. I think.
Bette Midler.
And somebody else was doing something else. I don't remember, but I remember you guys were completely left out. Was that part of the plan to keep you down?
Well, we were so excited about the VMAs when they announced to us.
We were as shocked as anybody.
At the Hell's Kitchen studio, they said, we've got something great coming up. We're 3 years into MTV, we're going to have a Video Music Awards ceremony. It was like, oh my God. So we all began to think about what we were going to wear and how we were going to host this new show. This was a new paradigm for MTV, you know, an award show at Radio City Music Hall.
Big deal.
So we get the scripts a couple of days in advance, maybe. We're going to have a little run-through. Hello. Where am I?
Yeah.
My bit was a bumper to commercial in the nosebleed section, and that was it.
Wow.
And the rest of us had these little
But that
bumpers.
was really the beginning of MTV thinking about, bringing in celebrities to do everything.
Yeah.
That's the way that it went down. And that was, that was why sort of the next round of VJs, Carson Daly aside, who wound up having obviously huge success.
Right.
Who really knows them.
But I will say that was also kind of a separate thing. The VMAs were sort of its own little world at MTV because our lives continued for another couple of years on the air. Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed a lot of different things thereafter. I mean, my success at MTV, I'm not here to say anybody's went down or up. I'm just saying I enjoyed the last few years. You did well from it. Yeah, so because I got out of the studio and I started doing the zany stuff in the streets and at Daytona and spring break and stuff like that. That was really my forte. I hated interviewing rockers, but I liked interviewing real people and jumping in the pool.
You, Alan, you didn't. It's funny. You were married during the MTV days.
Yeah, I had it ass backwards.
So Mark, you were fucking like a rabbit. Like you took advantage of your fame. But Alan, you had
I was happily married.
You were happily married, and then when you left MTV, then you got a divorce.
Years
that was
later.
The dumbest thing.
My friends are like, "What is your problem?"
You're right.
You move back south,
right,
and you divorce. And you're nobody.
Yeah.
You don't get it for free anymore, Alan.
Were you kicking yourself? Were there women that were offering themselves to you?
There's no kicking. I had no plan.
Right.
I wasn't like strategizing. I was just happily married. And yes, there were women that threw themselves at all of us, including Nina.
But it had to be that radio. That had to be radio on steroids. The MTV VJ job.
Yeah.
With the naked pictures coming in.
Yes.
And all of that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
But Mark, you were not married at the time, right?
No, we launched in '81, and I got married a year later.
Oh, to Carol.
To Carol Miller.
Carol Miller, very famous, beautiful DJ.
Yes.
Every guy wanted her, and you married her.
And you used to give me such shit on the air, Howard.
What did I say?
Oh, you used to crack me up. You were like, Carol Miller, who you grew up listening to, you love her, and she was, she married that loser from MTV. I can't believe.
I was angry. I was mad. I was jealous. No, but the rumor was you and Carol broke up. She caught you in bed with 2 women, not 1, 2. True or false? Clear it up for once.
I would like to say that is absolutely true, but in fact, it's not.
It's not.
It's not at all.
You were not caught in bed.
Howard, here's the thing. Now, look, I heard Carol came on the show with her book.
She trashed you.
How's the whooping cough, by the way? Is it good? All right.
But she trashed you.
And listen, I'm not saying that I didn't deserve trashing. Right. I was a shit, and part of my doing this book is because I really feel badly about it. And I've, over the years, tried to contact her, and we've had some conversations.
Right.
But the idea is, hey, this is the way that things went. And I was, years later, I just wanted to apologize.
Right.
That's where we're at.
She laid it on heavy. She said that she had cancer, and you were cheating on her, and you tried to get money out of her. I mean, she was blasting away.
She said that I did some things. And I did plenty of bad things, but she said I did things that I didn't do.
She said that I paid it was an amalgam.
Well, right.
So
it was between you and Alan Hunter.
A composite character.
But you want to know something, Mark? I actually felt funny that day because you weren't here to defend yourself, and that's why I am actually that you're here and you can defend yourself. We just want to figure out what you did and what you didn't do.
Listen, I talk quite a bit about the fact that, it was just a bad timing situation. Now, Carol was amazing, and if the times were different, if I hadn't have gone to MTV, we may very well have still been together today. Who knows?
Were the temptations too great because you were a VJ and this fame all of a sudden?
Sudden fame. Somebody said, as we were putting this book together, somebody said to me, I don't know anyone who handles sudden fame well.
Right.
And I didn't, and I regretted it.
Although I don't think the fame was all that sudden. Look, it was cable in the beginning of the 80s. Cable was still kind of green, and we had 2.5 million viewers on MTV. It rose to 40 when we all left. But in other words, it wasn't a sitcom that was an overnight success. We had this slow burn over a period of time.
I was
so what
famous,
happened?
Al. I don't know, Al. I was famous. I don't know about you.
He got famous right away.
You're talking about it was relatively.
Well, Mark was probably really the most successful because he was already a disc jockey at WPLJ. I mean, I would have given my arm to have that job.
He hit the ground hound dogging, yes.
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
That had to be a big decision whether to leave WPLJ and go be a VJ.
You know what?
I would have a hard time with that.
I hated that job because...
What, at PLJ?
At PLJ.
Why?
I was on late at night, for one thing, and we were playing stuff that I had been playing in radio. I came from Philly, where the first place that I saw Carol, in fact.
Where were you, WMMR?
At MMR in Philadelphia.
Right.
And we were playing the same music that I had played for the last 5 years on the radio. I'm over it. We were not where we should have been. I moved here into New York in '80.
See, I never cared about the music. I wanted to just be on WPLJ. They were looking at me and looking at me and following my career. And who did you work for, Berger?
Yeah.
Yeah. He called me up. I'm following you. I go, stop following me and put me on in the fucking morning.
That guy was just a human sphincter muscle.
Really?
He was unbelievable. He was so anal about every little thing that he used to do in the studio, little cards and little notes and things.
And that drove you nuts.
Yeah. And look, Meatloaf, we played Meatloaf. How many times do I don't need to hear it anymore.
It drove you crazy.
I don't,
Hey, ladies, this is funny, this radio talk. It's like so.
But wait. So when the VJ job came about, you probably said, "Good, I'm getting out of PLJ, and I can go there and try something new at least."
I wanted to be where I thought music was going, not where it had been.
How did you get the job? Do you have to audition for it?
Yeah, I auditioned. There was guys who we had on the PLJ Morning Show, Jim Kerr, who works here. He auditioned. He had this comedy guy, a comedy duo. In fact, they auditioned. Everybody that I knew in radio in New York was at the auditions.
Everybody wanted it. And what did you do at your audition? I'll ask each of you this. What did you do at your audition? You think that sealed the deal?
Well, there was two. The first one was just like bare studio, sitting there. It was like, Nazi interrogation thing. It was weird. Spotlight in your face, do the music news. The second one, when you get the call back, that was in a freezing cold studio, but a set. There was a couch and an easel with pictures of the Eagles on it. And I had to
identify.
I had to back announce the Eagles and refer to the easel and then walk over to the couch and sit down and do some music news.
Were you nervous when you audition?
I was terrified. I had no... Television was not in my plan. I was a radio guy.
And you guys point out in the book, too, I guess I never thought about this. The goal was, once you got the job, you could complete your job in 42 minutes. Was that the record? That you guys, in other words, you didn't have to sit through the music.
No, but
so you could get in and out of the studio in...
it didn't work like that, really.
Later.
Yeah.
You started to get bored.
Well, when we wanted to go do drugs, we needed to get out and get that show done.
Were you doing a ton of drugs, Alan?
Not on air.
No.
No, I was a recreational drug user.
But in other words, your job could be 42 minutes. You could complete a 4-hour shift in 42 minutes.
Mark and I did a little high-fiving with speed. But we had a crew that was also running that. You know how the people hype you up around here? It's like, come on, man, let's get in and out. We all got to go see the hockey game tonight. And you go, yeah, I'm going to get through
this. The truth is, too, you guys probably never even saw each other that much because you came in a while.
We did. In the first couple of years, the first studio on 33rd and 10th, we did because we were in the same dressing room.
Right.
But when we moved to 57th Street, then they gave us all dressing rooms.
Right.
We each had our own, and then they also...
That probably wasn't
we
good.
weren't taping in. We were taping in sequence.
It was the beginning of the end of the MTV family.
It really was.
Yeah, because they need to keep you together. Did you bang lots of famous chicks, Mark, when you got big on MTV?
No, but a lot of ones who weren't famous.
A lot of ones who weren't.
I have my near miss story, which is I would go to eat at the Applejack restaurant right up the street from our studio, and Diane Lane was in there quite often. And I would go and sit, and we would have chats, and I would fantasize. I wasn't looking to have an affair.
So by near miss, you mean
I know
how near are we talking?
I know she was.
Did you get in her pants or not?
I know she was interested.
She was. She came up and said, "I watch you on MTV."
You thought
married.
Martha was interested.
So you did bang her.
So
did you bang her or not?
This is the theme. Al's imagination, right? Is that what it is? Al has fantasies.
I didn't know
write a new book.
I learned in the MTV book, the new one that's coming out, of course, VJ, The Unplugged Adventures of MTV's First Wave in the stores today, that Mark, you sold meth in high school?
Yeah, I did. I was entrepreneurial. I'm Jewish.
Right. A Jewish meth dealer.
You know, where do you find that, really?
Where did you grow up that you're dealing meth?
I grew up in the suburbs of Philadelphia.
No kidding.
That's where it's big.
It's huge there. It's there and in Indio, California.
Meth is a drug I don't understand. I mean, how much is it for this meth? And then you apparently lose your teeth and your looks immediately after you do it.
You know, I never had an addiction to this stuff, and there was people who used to come to buy from me back in the day who were terrifying that I wouldn't let in my house.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, but that kind of went away. Once I went to college, I hoped to go to college with a lot of money. I had a big deal planned at the end of the summer.
Right.
This French guy that I had been dealing with, gets busted and deported in one night. And so with my 10 grand.
All right. Are you still selling meth?
Yeah.
Just around here. You could get some.
Yeah, but Howard, meth ain't like it used to be.
I bet. Now, Martha, the MTV tried to set you up on a date with Billy Joel as sort of a publicity stunt. Is that correct?
Yeah, and I look back at that and I go, what was I thinking? I should have at least said, I had a boyfriend at the time, and I should have said, you understand, this is business. I'm going out with Billy Joel. But I was like, no, I can't.
You should have done it.
You had a crush on everybody, Martha, and you couldn't go out to dinner with
I just can't imagine how different your life and my life have been at different points. Like in high school, I'm in like Anna and the King and I, and he's selling meth. At MTV,
that's what my girlfriend.
They wanted diversity.
At
MTV, she's like, I would not have hung around with you.
I'm like, I want to be Mrs. Rick Springfield, and he's like, MTV paid for my first hooker.
Yeah, he's having.
What's going on? How can I be living such a different life?
Did you go to hookers when you were at MTV?
No. First of all,
did you have threesomes and foursomes? I mean, were you orgying?
In Japan,
I had some experiences like that at MTV.
Very nice.
Now it's easy for him to say. Now it's easy to say yes to everything, Howard, because you've opened the Pandora's box. Now it's like, oh yeah, I did that.
By the way, MTV paid for my first hooker, and there's no question about who paid for the others.
Who did?
There was no others. That's the point. And it was in Japan. It wasn't a hooker.
Martha went out. Did you guys? I read this. Martha went out. She agreed to go on a date with Paul Stanley of Kiss. And you not only went out with him, he took you on a bowling date, and you were completely turned off to him sexually because he cared too much about bowling.
Okay. Kiss is an awesome band. I love Kiss.
No backpedaling, Martha. Go for it.
I just want to say when you...
Did you blow Paul Stanley?
I just want to say that sometimes there are fragile egos, and I'm sure that Paul Stanley is a much better bowler now.
Hey, was he really angry that he could not get his bowling game together?
He was just super into bowling. Like, he came and he had like his own shoes and his own bowling ball and his own bowling bag.
And then is that a turnoff?
This is all a mess.
I mean, he's into it. And then we were bowling, and all of a sudden he's like, examining the pitch of the lane. You know, he's like,
he complained about the pitch of the lane.
Let us speak in metaphors here.
Wait a second. You had to switch lanes because Paul felt.
The pitch of the lane was not correct.
So did he try to take you home and have sex with you, and then you were just like, "Oh, forget it, I'm out of here"?
I don't know. I think that he kissed me goodnight, but I think
Paul
only
was
to be
bowling
nice.
down a
I think both
different
of us were like, okay, this
doesn't work.
But you say in the book, a lot of men got frustrated with you because you were the MTV cock tease. They would go out with you. They expected to get somewhere with you. Paul Schaefer hung around with you, right? A long time. He put in a lot of time with you. The band leader of David Letterman.
How do you know this? You're assuming that.
I'm reading.
It's in the book.
It's in the book, I think.
No, I know, but you don't know the amount of time.
He put in time, and then he decided he gave up on you because you weren't putting out.
He told me on Fifth Avenue that I was being a tease, and that was it.
Yeah, he wanted it.
And who does she show up with, though? And God bless him, we loved him, but one day she shows up with Stiv Bader.
Stiv Bader.
Oh, Stiv Bader.
You know Stiv.
From Lords of the New Church.
I really don't know Stiv.
But
really?
She has the pick of
Not like
the
Martha knows
litter,
Stiv.
if you consider Paul Schaefer part of a litter.
Right.
But there's Stiv Bader. She went for the wonderful, geeky kind of
You had sex with Stiv Bader,
you
right?
said to Nina, you go for rich rock stars. I went for the poor ones.
You went for like a punk dead guy. But
I liked no pigment whatsoever.
The girl next door.
Did you have an affair with him?
With Stiv?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were together.
Was he good in bed?
Oh gosh.
Were you good in bed?
I'm so much better now.
Well, I by the way,
want to know if Paul Stanley's bowling got better when you switched lanes.
Exactly.
Who knows?
How was his bowl?
Did he win at least? You know, you make the point, Martha, in the book that you now look at some of the music that you play. I'm surprised you actually say this, because you're an open-minded person, but some of the music you played on MTV, you are now ashamed of because you have a daughter.
No, I won't say I'm
her
ashamed of. It's just that it makes me cringe. I can't help it. When I hear Sexy and 17 and I have a teenager at home, I'm like, oh my God.
But you say you now understand what the parents' advisory was doing. But Sexy and 17, isn't that what they said about Elvis and all this stuff?
When you're 17, you think Sexy and 17 is all good.
Right.
When you're a parent, you go, oh my God, what a horrible message. Or you listen to like Rick James, Super Freak, and you're like, oh my God, some dad out there is praying that wasn't written for his daughter.
Is everyone happy now? I mean, the book is out, VJ, The Unplugged Adventures of MTV's First Wave. It's in stores today. We congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
How did this project come about? How did this? Who decided to get?
Well, Mark was dealing meth. He said there's got to be something better. Got to make some money out of this.
We've been working on this for.
That's what people are going to come away with.
You were working on
I'm a meth dealer.
Did you sit together?
We've been thinking about it for a decade, right? And you know, 8 years ago, people started wanting to make a movie of it, a VH1 movie of the week, and they were all cheesy ideas. It was like, no, that's not the story. We don't know what the arc of our. We didn't sleep with each other, and we didn't die of a heroin overdose. So what is the real story here? It's kind of an almost famous for the 80s. You know, it's the context of the times, the Reagan years, and MTV, the paradigm shift. Through our eyes, let's tell that story. So for the past 3 or 4 years, we've been trying to find a writer who could tell the story, the narrative of what.
How did it work? Did the writer interview each one of you?
Yeah, it became an oral history because our voices was the way to go.
It's fun having you all in the same room. Did you do that too for the writing of the book? Did they?
We did a bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Not so
enough.
much the interviewing
Nina
part,
lives so far away. She lives in Maine. Nobody wants to go up there.
What are you doing in Maine now? Are you married?
No.
You single? You're
yes.
You're hanging out?
I live with a lot of animals. I love animals.
Right. Are you happy now? You're not going to kill yourself?
I am. Yeah, it just, I am so grateful to all the time that, I spent with MTV, Entertainment Tonight, the whole thing. But after having enough of it, it's really not who I am really. And Mark knows
Will you
this.
join Mark? Will you join Mark in selling meth now?
No, but I do have customers up there.
In Mark's house.
But I'm really so content. I love doing Sirius.
Your life in Maine is good. You're on
I live
Sirius?
in the woods with moose and everything, and I'm probably the calmest.
Do you listen to music a lot?
I listen to the radio. I listen to Sirius a lot, and I have like my best of Van Halen that I go speeding down the country.
Do you
roads.
mostly listen to the music of your era when you
not the 80s, other than my work? I like classic rock mostly.
Right. All right. Alan, what about you? What do you do now? You married?
Yeah, I'm happily married again 6 years ago. I got 2 new kids, so I've got 4 offspring now, 2 older, 2 younger, and so that's why
Mark's laughing at you for that. Why do you laugh, Mark? Why is that
I'm
funny?
smiling contentedly to myself. I have a 20-year-old daughter who I love dearly, but my God, would I not want more kids now?
Right.
My girlfriend, I've been with the same girl for 13 years. I love her to death.
Does she want kids?
Jill, who I think you know, Jill would like kids, I think.
But you're not going to do it.
Watch him
Dude,
stutter.
I'm 60.
You're 60 years old.
Come on.
That's enough, right?
I'm done now.
Right. Does she understand that?
Yes, I think. Jill, do you understand that? God, I hope so.
And Alan, how old are you now?
It does keep you off the couch. I'm 56.
You're 56, and you're chasing little children around.
I feel great.
That's why, Mark. I'm going to laugh at you, too. Mark, now I understand.
I've got more kids out there to bring the money back and to sell the meth.
Right.
Sell the meth. Stay off the pole. Now that's my older daughter.
That would be a good TV show.
I'm moving to Chicago.
Sell the meth.
I'm on my way to Chicago today.
I'm moving to Chicago. My wife is getting her PhD at Northwestern, so I'm going to live a Chicago life. My daughter's there.
You have a young wife?
I do.
How much younger?
She's 18 years younger.
18 years?
But she's 20 years older in the mind than I am. She's much more mature.
Super hot, right?
She keeps me. I don't know.
How much younger is your wife, Mark?
About 12 years.
I mean, yeah, 12 years. All right.
Yeah.
And Martha, what about you? Are you married now?
I've been married for 21 years.
What is the secret to a long relationship?
Don't get married to Mark or Alan.
Hey, thank you.
Don't fuck Paul Stanley.
Robin Quivers, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Although you're married 21 years, you cheat a lot, though, right? Is that the secret? So, do you have kids? Do you have children?
We have 2 kids, and my husband and I were together all the time. He's a composer, so he and I share the studio. I think people think that we're weird.
They're like the nerdy couple. They live in Malibu. They're the only ones who don't cheat.
What kind of musician is he?
He's a composer.
Composer? Can they make any money?
Yeah, he makes. There was a period of time between like 91 and 2001 where he was probably the most heard musician in America because he was on every commercial break.
He does mostly commercials?
Yeah, he was doing
but he was a rocker.
He was in the Fuzz Tones.
He was in the Fuzz Tones.
Yeah.
You know what I love in the book? Martha talks about her life before MTV. She was an intern at WNBC.
Yes.
And you describe being an intern was so bad. Your main job there was taking Imus's laundry to the dry cleaner.
Howard, do you remember that singles closet in the back of the music
Absolutely.
department?
Like it was yesterday.
That's where I was mostly. Robin, do you remember it?
Organizing the records?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was and you probably saw stickers that I actually put on.
In other words, you were the assistant to the assistant of the music director.
I was the assistant to the assistant, and I was in that back closet.
And could there be a closet filled with worse music than the closet at NBC? I mean, those horrible songs.
Eddie Rabbit, Cliff Richard. That was a great
I would pray for an Eddie Rabbit song. Oh, my God. Listen, you guys, you're a lot of fun. It's so great to see all of you. And really, I am looking forward to reading the book because I think that's a great era.
Howard, you're in the book.
I am?
You're mentioned in the book.
Oh, that doesn't matter to me. Tell me all about myself.
Philandering rat bastard? I don't know. Who said that?
I know why. I was a customer of Mark's in Philly for meth.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why I look like this. I'm ravaged by meth.
Yeah.
I talked about how I would time my getting to the studio. I would listen to you guys in the morning, and I would have the car downstairs. And as soon as you went to commercial break, I would get the elevator, run downstairs, get into the cab, and as soon as I got into the cab, I'd say, "Okay, can you turn on Howard Stern?" And the second it's just me and this cab driver in the cab, and you come on, immediately you would start talking about, lesbian sex. And I'm sitting there with a cab driver, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. You could go to PLJ if you want. That's okay.
God bless you, Martha Quinn. She really does promote me everywhere, and I love that you do that.
Who loves you more than me?
And you were on my Channel 9 show, and I had a boner in the scene we did together.
Oh, let's talk.
I did. Oh, I wanted to have sex with her.
You bring up an excellent
I was married.
point. Who in this room has kissed Howard on the lips?
Well, yeah, you did.
I didn't tell that story in the book on purpose, Howard.
Hey,
Hello.
it was acting.
Hello.
It was acting.
Hello, on the lips.
That's right. And I think I gave you the salami, too.
Oh, no.
What is it, Gary?
I just want to bring up one other funny story from the book, just so that I'm not alone in my embarrassment. Alan was on stage in Florida, and he also got a boner on stage.
Gary's like a dog. We do live shows, and he get boners on stage.
Oh, my God.
You got a boner on stage, Alan?
Women were eating each other out on stage.
Oh, so what? Try to have some class.
I'm at spring break, right? When the debauchery began to happen down at spring breaks, right? That was what MTV was known for. I've got my wife and my 6-month-old child up on a platform looking down at me interviewing Hawaiian tropic gals in their bikinis, 10 of them. And I'm just doing the stupid shit like interviewing their butts, and hey, those boobies talk is like I was being Howard Stern. I was honoring you. And I look up, and she's waving my child up in the air, like, hey, honey! And the guys are starting to chant in the audience, Hunter got a boo, Hunter got a Woody, Hunter got a Woody. And I was like, oh, what? Hunter's got a Woody? Ah, ha, ha, ha. And I turned to the camera, not knowing what I had just
Fully
repeated.
aroused?
I didn't have a Woody.
Yes, you did.
It was just funny for them to say that, but I don't think I knew what a Woody was back then.
VJ, The Unplugged Adventures of MTV's First Wave is in stores today. I want to thank, of course, Nina Blackwood, Alan Hunter, Mark Goodman, Martha Quinn, and the only guy who couldn't be here was the late,
great J.J. Jackson.
J.J. Jackson.
Who was with us every single day when we were doing this book.
How many years?
Miss him.
Oh, he was?
Well,
but I mean,
he died in 04.
Oh, he died in 04. He was sort of, he had sort of the most rock credibility in a sense.
A lot of rock credibility.
Yeah, and he had made the most money, too.
Led Zeppelin
in the
credited JJ for helping launch them in the United States. It's something that they never, ever forgot.
Right, yeah.
He was a titan.
Thanks for mentioning JJ.
What did he die?
He had a bad ticker. He had, he had a triple bypass and would continue to smoke. We went out to see a movie probably 3 weeks before he died. Wow. And we stand in front of the theater, and he lights up a cigarette. This is after the triple bypass.
It's horribly
addictive. You have a beautiful story about that night that, if you could, Mark and JJ were standing in the middle of the street just after this movie, and stood in the middle of the street, and you guys hugged each other, and you said to JJ, I just want to tell you I love you.
Isn't that nice that you got an opportunity
to
do that?
You remember that,
it's
Martha.
So touching.
It was JJ. Well, we were all incredibly close. He was a special guy and was sort of the patriarch of all of us. And he was a few years older than us, had a lot more experience, but was so gracious and so loving to all of us. Really open.
And last night,
instead of being a dick, which he could have been. No, he was embracing of you.
He was the most respectful and honorable fellow we knew. I mean,
and
he had
last
integrity.
night, honest to God, they'll laugh at me, but seriously, I was lying in bed.
Don't say JJ was in your room. Don't go there, Nina.
Did JJ come to you?
He came in.
Finally.
They never let me finish anything, Howard.
JJ came to you?
No.
I think it was another big black guy who came to you.
Did he have wood? God knows he wanted you.
I knew it. I was just going to say, I was lying down in bed, and I was thinking of JJ, and I saw him in my mind with his big smile and that laugh, that wonderful laugh that he had, saying, watching us do this thing with the book, being very proud.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
Man of hugs.
You also say that you had, that Alan and Mark had, you guys did coke with David Lee Roth in some room somewhere.
We said that?
Did you guys say that?
Well, that was back, they didn't think I did coke at all.
Right.
JJ and Mark they did the town. These guys were partying, and they just knew the town. They knew how to club. I was a little bit innocent. Yeah. But when I started taking up coke, it was recreational on the weekends. We were all professional. I mean, school days, Monday through Friday, taping MTV, we couldn't go out and party and still do our job.
Mark could.
Mark
it was the math.
Well,
it was the math.
But when you're standing with David Lee, can I ask you, when you were standing with David Lee Roth, I mean, that guy was a god. I remember going to one of the MTV events. I was sitting in the audience, And I remember David Lee Roth walking by. He was strutting like a king, and with the long hair and the whole look. And I was like, man, oh man! I mean, to be David Lee Roth, so to end up in a room with him.
Not when I saw him in the trailer. I was looking. It was an event in New Jersey, a big festival event. Daryl Hall and John Oates were on the stage, and I was wandering around backstage looking for Mark. I think I had a sense that maybe you were partying, but it was the weekend. Knocked on a door, opened it up. There's Mark with David Lee Roth hunched over a table doing some lines. And there was nobody in there.
But
and
isn't that surreal?
I kind of went, whoa, oh. And he was like, hey, come on in, close the door. Close the door. So okay. You want to do a line? Sure. Well, Dave had this big, giant vial. It was huge. It was a rock star vial.
Right.
And we partook. 3 of us sit there. Well, soon people started coming into the trailer. It was kind of like a hang trailer. It's back in the days when you could have an orgy in front of people.
But why I bring that up is because the VJs became the guys who partied with the rock stars, and you were trusted. You were part of the whole scene.
You had some camaraderie amongst peers.
And they wanted you to be their friend because you guys were the gatekeepers.
It's got to be similar to what happens here when people come in already knowing you, and they would come into MTV. They knew that the stakes were high, and it was especially after by 82, 83, it was big.
Right.
So they act differently. They give you a different interview. They act completely differently.
Right.
Stevie Nicks, I hung out with Stevie because she knew who I was on MTV.
She trusted you.
And the phenomenon was that these guys were watching MTV in their hotel rooms on the road because this whole new thing called videos. And I came on the set one day. I think JJ was interviewing Robert Plant. So there was a big studio entourage, a lot of action. I came up, I walked up, and I did this funny bow in front of Sir Robert. Oh, Sir Robert Plant. He goes, "Rise, Sir Alan." And it was like, holy shit.
He knows my name.
Robert Plant knew my name. He didn't care about me, but they knew who we were.
One of the coolest times was at the first Farm Aid. I was backstage, and Jesse Jackson was there, and it's like, wow, Jesse Jackson. He comes over, hello, Nina.
Wow. Jesse Jackson.
He wanted to bet her down.
Right. He didn't sleep with you?
No.
Maybe that's who
Did he have wood?
Who was in my room?
Did Jesse Jackson have wood when he was with you? All right, listen. Blackwood. That's how you got that.
That's how I got it.
All right, listen, you guys. I could sit here and yenter it up with you all day, but all good things must come to an end.
Damn.
VJ, The Unplugged Adventures of MTV's First Wave is in stores today. Unfortunately, you have to split the profits 4 ways. That's the sad part of this book. Nothing better than writing
5 ways with the writer.
Oh,
we're not making shit on that.
Awful.
It's all for the future, though.
Back to dealing meth.
That's it.
All right, listen, thanks,
Howard,
guys.
thank you so much for having us on.
We love you.
Thank you.
Love you too, and thank you for sharing this book with us and all your stories.
And your wife is cool too. That she's an animal lover.
Yeah,
got to say, and she's beautiful.
Thank you, and that's why Martha today we can't kiss. I am married. I can't make out with you today.
My son wants me to tell you that you're his favorite judge on America's Got Talent, and he loved Rudy Colby.
Rudy Colby,
the magician.
Oh yeah, listen. I'm everyone's favorite judge. Don't kid yourself. Hey,
He's
your son.
America's judge.
That's right,
America's judge, of course.
I'm the only judge who's American on this.
Judge.
All right, listen, thank you, guys. And thank your son for me.
I will.
And we'll be back right after these words.
Mark, so Howard's weaving through these tales from the early days, but he's also talking to you.
Want me to talk to you?
You can go right into Lens or whatever. But as Howard's weaving through all these stories, but then talking to you and bringing up things he remembers from it, what do you notice or appreciate about him as an interviewer, being an interviewer yourself?
Howard is one of the greatest interviewers ever because he's not shy and he asks the kinds of things that people want to know about, and he's got a great sense of humor. So I love that, and I love that he doesn't really. I mean, he may have questions in front of him I don't even know, but he's like all over the place. It's just like when you have a conversation with someone.
Alan, Howard sort of took you through a.
Am I looking at you?
Or to the Lens, or to me, or whatever's
Can I
less
look
fancy.
down here?
Sure.
After you get off of a Howard show, you feel so salacious and you want to say things and be silly.
Do you think you said too much in there?
No. I mean, I think we all came prepared for Howard meeting. I mean, Howard's like a cathartic experience, for God's sakes. Where else can you go and just let it all hang out?
I was just asking Mark what he appreciates about Howard as an interviewer. How about with you, Alan?
I think he's genuine. He's incisive. He paces it well. He keeps the flow going. I mean, he's the most. He makes you feel safe and good. I mean, really, it's like going to a psychologist. There's just nothing that you can say that would surprise him or offend him. There's a kind of a complete freedom, and I'm telling you, I feel lightheaded right now. I feel like I've had the best shrink session ever. I feel like I've been on the couch. I had so much more to say. I think that's the problem, is that he's like, fine candy. I want to eat more. I want more of it. More time.
Can I chime in as to why that is?
Absolutely.
Can I stand next to Alan and chime in?
Sure.
Because when Howard looks at you, he gives you his full attention. Yeah. And he makes you feel like you are at the center of the universe. And he's hanging on everything you say. And what you say is hilarious.
It's the most important thing.
He has that unbelievable, it's almost like
I don't know. I assume that if you go on and he didn't like you, let's say he had some sort of combative reason to have you on a show, it might be different. I'm not saying he loves us, but we've always felt the love from Howard. He loves that time. He wanted to be a VJ. He has that sweet, geeky quality of, I want it to be you.
I don't want to...
No matter who it is. If it's a hooker, I think sometimes when he has hookers on, he's like, I want to be you. I wanted to be a hooker. I know I've heard him say that. So, great empathy from Howard, whatever it is. He wants to work the pole. I don't know. I'm thrilled. Nina, do you feel the same way?
I'm not as talkative as them. I can simply say that he's one of the best in the business, and he has a knack of. See, why do I even try and talk?
One of the best. He's the king of all media. The king.
I don't have to say anything. No, but the thing I've always liked about Howard is.
But when I'm saying it, now I'm kidding.
Ginger man.
No, she's teasing. But what I've always loved about Howard is that he can sense honesty, and he can also sense the BS, and he'll nail you if he thinks that you're full of bull, and I really, I just admire him and whatever they said.
Martha, you strike me as a super fan. I mean, you really know
I'm a super fan, and I want to know why I'm not on Celebrity Superfan Roundtable when you guys come to LA, because I am a super fan, and I would take Natalie Maines on with a Howard Stern trivia question contest.
I like it. Why not? Why haven't you been on?
Well, there you go. I think now I'm going to get booked.
I mean, I heard you during the break reference Benji Bronk's interpretation of the Footloose speech, so you know your stuff.
That was genius. Now, Benji loses a couple of points because a couple of weeks ago, maybe somebody mentioned something was going on, and somebody started to say, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. And Benji did not realize that was the Jackie Martling, Nancy Sirianni apology, that it was taken from that. So I was like, oh my gosh, Benji does not know that. I am so surprised. But other than that Footloose speech goes a long way with me, because that was amazing.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John Hine and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
So on Monday's wrap-up show, we were in Studio 2, and John Hine decided to bust my balls some more about being Hollywood. And because I just met Molly, Jimmy Kimmel's fiance, and talked about that, and then talked about some other things, but I can't remember what we talked about because I just remember John busting my balls. So I'm sure it was funny though. But check it out.
I think Rod Stewart is one of those guests that Howard always wanted to interview, loved his music growing up, and they had a really long chat about a bunch of different stuff, and I think Howard was really happy finally getting to hear Rod speak to him. And the thing I liked about Rod Stewart, JD, is that he didn't hold anything back. He was happy to tell the stories and talk about the rock stars, and similar attitude that you have, I think, when it comes to being on the air.
I guess. I don't know. Depends on what I'm talking about.
Are you affected today because of what happened with Molly and all that?
Affected? Yeah. Affected how, Mr. Hine?
Well, I don't know.
Always trying to throw out this Hollywood Harmeyer thing at me.
I didn't throw it out.
Every chance you get.
Howard said point blank, that you're a star.
Which you instant message to me. I come back to my desk.
I want to remind you for the show.
Yeah.
You are a star.
Okay.
And I mean, you're direct messaging with Jimmy's wife, fiance.
She direct messaged me first of all. I don't feel like a star, but if people want to feel that way about me, fine, whatever.
You don't feel that way, really?
No.
You've got some celebrity. I mean, people come out to see you, and
some, but it's just some. It's not like I'm not like Jennifer Aniston. If I was getting photographed a million times or whatever, then maybe I'd feel like a star. But I'm not. No one recognizes me hardly on the train.
You're comparing yourself to Jennifer Aniston. I mean, I think that's a big.
I did not. I said if I was getting photographed like her a million times a day, then I would. I am not Jennifer Aniston. Where did you come up with that?
I didn't say you were Jennifer Aniston. I said you compared yourself to Jennifer Aniston.
I didn't know. She is in a different spectrum. She's a celebrity.
Well, thank you for pointing that out. Anyway,
that's not comparing myself.
All right.
How did I just compare myself to Jennifer Aniston?
You gave an example, and you said if I were like Jennifer Aniston, that is comparing yourself to Jennifer Aniston.
No, it's not. That's saying if I were.
Teddy, give me a ruling here.
What?
Was he comparing?
Does he look like Jennifer Aniston?
No. Was he comparing himself to Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah.
No.
Thank you.
If I was hold on. Okay, maybe I don't understand English so well, which I don't. But when I compare myself, if I compare myself to Jennifer Aniston, when I say, "Hey, yeah, I'm just like Jennifer Aniston, like this," isn't that comparing myself to Jennifer Aniston?
I don't know what that is.
That's comparing myself.
You're taking on like a diva type attitude right now in this conversation.
No, I'm just gonna shut up.
No, don't. Let's talk more about Jimmy, because I know you love him and his show, and Molly
big
clearly.
Fan.
And Molly was most excited to see you. And when she came over to your area, or did you feel like pressure? Was it comfortable?
I mean, I wouldn't say it was comfortable. It was definitely awkward. As it is, the first time I met you, the first time I meet anyone. It was awkward.
Well, you had already established somewhat of a relationship, like tweeting and whatnot.
Yeah. But it was still awkward. I never met this person face to face or anything. And, Gary was trying to have me tell her what I do, and I tried to tell her, and I guess it didn't come out so well. And
were you doing the talking, or was Gary doing the
Gary started talking, and he goes, why don't you say what you just did? And I go, yeah, it was, I didn't really watch anything on TV, really. I was mainly checking stuff to see what was on the internet and what people were talking about and whatnot. And and then there was like a little bit of a lull where I didn't know what to say next. And that's when Gary picked up the slack again and moved things along.
So are you glad Gary was there?
Sure. It's fine. I've been fine either way, I guess. It might have been less awkward. It might have been more awkward if he wasn't there, but
I mean, since we've somehow gotten over to the topic of you, the rent a friend thing, you got very upset by that. Why is
it's
that?
a ridiculous idea. I think it's ridiculous personally. I don't know why someone would want to rent another person to hang out with.
Some people are lonely.
I guess, but
Were you offended that Fred brought it up, or I forgot who brought it up, honestly?
No. It wasn't necessarily, first of all, when it was brought up, it wasn't necessarily for me at first. And then it got turned around to me at a meeting, and I was like, no, I don't want that at all. I barely want to talk to people I know. I don't really talk to people I don't know at all. So I don't know why I would want to pay someone to do that.
So you won't be renting a friend anytime soon?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just checking.
Not unless it's the hot chick.
A female friend.
And it's a friends with benefits. And it's a it's a rent a friends with benefits.
I see.
Then maybe I'll listen.
All
but
right.
Even that's maybe a little expensive.
Alex in San Antonio, you're on the wrap-up show. Hey, Alex.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
All right. I just want to make a comment. I don't think Howard likes Jimmy that much. I think it's more of like a political thing they got going on, like how they both kind of go against Jay Leno. I don't think that I don't know. I don't feel the chemistry between them. I just want to know what you guys think.
So if Jay Leno's going to go away next year, and Jimmy Fallon comes on, do you think that Howard and Jimmy's friendship will fade because there's no Leno to hate anymore?
No. I think Howard just likes to stay tight with him, just so that they can go it's like his way of having a foot in the late night community. You know what I mean? That's he propped him up. At for example, Howard and Ralph have a true friendship because Howard has him come over, wash his clothes, puke in the clothes or whatever. That's a true friendship. Whereas
I don't necessarily know that's a true friendship.
Well, I mean, they're they go through downs and ups, and it's not based on politics. Whereas,
well, okay, in that case, do you think Ronnie and Howard have a true friendship?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Howard loves Ronnie. I mean, as much as he complains about how much he doesn't like his shows around the country. Yeah, I think he enjoys them overall.
All right. I think he might be a little off on that one. I think I don't think they're true friends.
You talking about Howard and Ronnie, or Howard and Jimmy Kimmel?
No, Howard and Ronnie.
You don't think they're true friends?
I think they're it's boss and employee
who've gotten close over a number of years.
But not a friendship.
Yeah, and Alex, I think you're off there. I think Howard and Jimmy are very good friends, as a matter of fact. I think, Jimmy idolized Howard. He said so, but over the years, they've become very close, to the point where Howard said, kidding, Jimmy and Molly are our only friends. I mean, Gary, he's got more friends than that, right?
Totally. He's got tons more friends than that. But they're very good friends.
Now, how excited was Molly to meet JD, Gary?
I didn't know till later. I know she was very excited to meet Richard and Sal, but she seemed very excited to meet JD. I just knew that Jimmy said she was happy to be here, so I said, Molly, you want me to take you on the tour? And she's like, yes, that'd be great.
And we said Jimmy's at his wedding weight, which everybody gets down to. And when that happened at the restaurant, is he embarrassed by that? Does he just have fun with it? Having to wear the jacket and then the picture's now showing up someplace, or is that just the price of doing business?
It's the price of doing business. Have you ever had to wear the house jacket at a restaurant?
I
have.
And
it's sort of humiliating in its own funny way, but you can make a joke out of it. What's the restaurant? I don't even think they're open anymore. The one that's at the top of Rockefeller Center, the famous one.
Top of the Rock?
No, the Rainbow Room. Mary and I went to the Rainbow Room, and they made me wear the idiot jacket, I call it. And they have them in all different sizes, by the way.
Just for many idiots.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I must say I don't frequent a lot of restaurants that require a jacket.
In fact, I talked about this on the air. I remember now. I talked about the jacket Nazi at the Rainbow Room because I put the jacket on and then I sat at my chair and I took it off. And they started hovering around me, and I got up to go to the bathroom, and they made me go back to my chair to get my jacket to go to the bathroom.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Lord. Does Howard have any interest in being in that wedding party at all?
I think he's being disingenuous. I think he would like to be there if everything could be handled and done, and he just had to, be there. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he wants to be involved in any of the... if you were in Jimmy's wedding party, what does that mean? You have to do the bachelor party? Does Howard have to go get fitted for a tuxedo so everybody matches? That shit he doesn't want to do.
Well, I wonder how many wedding parties Howard's actually been in.
Well, I was in one with him. We were both in Ross's wedding party.
And how'd that go?
It was really easzy.
How involved was he in all the best man stuff?
It wasn't a very involved thing at all. We all. I don't even remember if we wore. Did we get tuxedos or did we just all wore black suits and we walked somebody down the aisle? It wasn't like it was fun, but it wasn't like a lot of work.
Where do you think Jimmy and Howard's relationship is now, in terms of how close they are?
I think they're very, very close. Very close. I mean, they go on vacation together. They talk a lot. I think they're very close.
And Jimmy works with Molly now. Do things change when they get married? I know they're.
It shouldn't, because they've been doing it for so long. It shouldn't change. But I understand what Molly is. Molly made a really interesting point about if she changes her name to Molly Kimmel, it sends a message out to people, and people sort of start treating you a different way.
Yeah. Do you see that, JD?
For sure. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not married, so I don't know. I don't view people differently like that.
I thought it was interesting because when Howard talked about getting married to Beth, I mean, he loved Beth, but he talked about one of the things that was going on was he didn't like the way people treated her, as if she was just his girlfriend as opposed to his wife.
Yeah.
And I understand that.
While Jimmy was in there, they took a break, and then JJ came in, and it's one of those unique things. That's something that you won't see very often on a talk show, where the last guest hangs, but the last guest is a talk show host himself, and then JJ comes in there, who Jimmy happens to be very good friends with, and it created a cool sort of dynamic between the three of them until Jimmy had to leave.
It was strange watching it because usually the guests both focus on Howard, but JJ didn't know where to focus because he's used to being interviewed by both of them.
Do you think JJ's a genius? Is that a fair classification?
I don't know. Genius is like I think he's very, very good at what he does. I think he's probably one of the top guys at what he does in through time. I mean, his movies are historical, but I'd like to reserve genius for people who cure AIDS. Those are geniuses.
Kubrick's a genius.
Kubrick's a genius?
Yes.
But Kubrick is a great director. He's not a genius.
He's a genius. Sorry.
I side with JD on this.
I like
one.
J.J. Abrams, but Kubrick's a genius. Sorry.
Hitchcock, genius? Come on.
Possibly. He's out there.
I don't know.
He's out there.
I thought it was pretty interesting that JJ admitted that he hasn't seen all the episodes of Fringe, which he created. Right. And yes, he does have, I think, 2 shows coming out now in the next season.
You would know more than me.
And he's directing Star Trek, and he's directing Star Wars, and which is incredible. But he doesn't do it all. I mean, he it's under his umbrella, but he's not behind the camera or writing the script.
Did you see the clip that was kicking around this weekend of William Shatner talking about him?
Yes.
Do you agree with him? He was saying that JJ is being piggish by hoarding all the good movies. That's so stupid.
Mr. Shatner may have. No, he's being ridiculous.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
He's still angry about having a Star Trek movie out without him in it.
Is Ray Charles a genius, by the way? The genius of Ray Charles.
Now you're hung up on genius. So who would you classify as a genius? Because no one's cleared
Einstein
AIDS
is
yet.
a genius.
Okay.
Oppenheimer was a genius. Those are geniuses.
Who's the guy who did polio?
Jonas Salk was a genius.
Anyone in entertainment? Would you say? Do you think Howard is a genius?
I think Howard is amazing at what he does, but I think of genius.
I say Howard's a genius.
I think genius is for maybe this is my closed-mindedness, but I think genius is reserved for science and math, and I don't know. I mean, if there is a genius in this business, then Howard is certainly it.
I think anyone who can take a medium and transform it into something completely different that you've never seen before, that's a genius. Whether it's radio, whether it's chemistry, whether it's sports, whatever it might be.
So who's a sports genius? How would you become a genius in sports?
Yeah.
Like even Jackie Robinson did something amazing. He's not a genius.
He's not a genius.
I guess Abner Doubleday would be a genius to creating the game.
Well,
not the game we know today.
Come on, I had to come up with something.
What's up, guys? It's Teddy. On Tuesday's wrap-up show, Sal the stockbroker stopped by and once again talked about the Long Island medium and his love for her and his newest obsession, something called the splooge contest, where he'd like to see how fast the male staff members could ejaculate or something like that. Anyway, it got pretty weird. Check it out.
Scott Salem taking a bow before ZZ Top even started to play. And this is one of those things, if you're a fan of the show, if Scott the engineer is saying thank you and taking a bow before something happens, something will definitely go wrong. And sure enough, Howard tries to start talking to the band, and the mics, weren't working well, and they fixed it, of course. But Scott has never learned that lesson. Like, don't take the bow, or don't even take the bow. It's like when you score a touchdown in football. You hand the football over. Act like you've been there before. But Scott was glowing because he had worked. He came in on a Sunday, on Mother's Day, Sal. He came in on Mother's Day.
Wow.
To work with the band to make sure everything sounded right. And when they played, it did sound good. But you knew, and my point, Sal, before you walked in was, whenever you go in there and you take credit for something before it even started, you know it's going to backfire in your face.
He was shining like the sun. He was just gloating in it. He was loving it. And then all of a sudden, catastrophe.
It was nice seeing giddy Scott the engineer, though. It's very rare when you get it, but when he's all happy, and it's just as funny as when he's miserable. Ralph pulls the excuse me move, where whenever they're traveling together and Ralph says excuse me, a crazy request is gonna happen. Now, do you wish you were in that position, Sal, with Howard? You had a relationship kind of like that with him?
No, not anymore. I mean, just for the few minutes that I spend on the air, he just chops me down to bits, and like today I went in. I think Greg was saying, he goes, here he is. He's praising you. Good work. Good job.
You did a great job with the Roosevelt stuff.
Thanks. And big thanks to Michael. One of our interns actually came up with the concept. And then we met together. And we put the questions together. Thank you, Michael. And then I walk in. I open my mouth. And after 15 seconds, I walk out with my tail between my legs.
Well, you pitched Splooge, which you had pitched in the writers' meeting before.
Right.
But I wonder, when you go in, do you feel like the deck is stacked against you already? Like you have to, like you're climbing uphill and you're trying to convince Howard of something?
Yeah, you can't fight City Hall and you can't fight the Howard Stern Show. That's just how it is. When Howard makes up his mind, there's no budging. That's it. That's just the way it goes. You'll never hear Howard say, good point. I do like this. Once Howard's mind is made up, there's no changing it. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I am like really pushing this Teresa Caputo. I think this could be the one element ever in the history of the show where he might say, you know what, Sal's got a point here.
You're not going to let that go, are you?
I am. I mean, I have to let it go.
You said you were going to let it go 2 weeks ago.
I know I have to let it go, but I don't want to let it go. So maybe right now, by me talking about it, I'm not letting it go, but I need to let it go.
That's exactly what you're doing. And when you were in with Howard, you brought it up, right?
I don't know.
Okay. Howard clearly doesn't believe in psychics.
And neither do I. And I think she's an exception to the bullshit, to the malarkey out there.
So then you believe in her?
Her. Only her. I don't believe in, it's like saying you only believe in one God. But you may not believe in, these other things, other entities out there.
I don't understand.
Like, there are people, like, let's say the Greeks, they believe in, like, Zeus and the Ice Princess and all that other garbage. That's their belief.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it may be out there, it may not be, but I only believe the true highest being is God himself. Okay?
Yeah.
With Teresa Caputo, everyone around her, all these charlatans that come out and claim that they're psychics, really aren't. I think she's an exception. I think that she's the real deal. She's the only one. I don't believe in psychics. I won't walk down the street and go up to a fortune teller and sit there with a crystal ball. I won't do that. I don't believe in it.
But you're contradicting yourself. If she's a psychic, that means you believe in it. You may believe she's the only one who can do it, but you believe in mediums in that case.
In her case, I do believe that